Hello everybody, how you all doing? My name is Rafael and thank you for watching today's video. And look at this. Legendary content, legendary difficulty, Secret Mines and Hive. Overcharge activated. Look at those mines. Boom. Everything is dead. Oh, you want more Secret Mines? Let me drop my Hive. And then, boom, I have more Secret Mines. This is not a new build. This is not something that's not already known. But I think it's a build that, it deserves to, be talked about a little bit more. Because nowadays, I don't see a lot of people running around with Hardwire. Now, it's not the best skill build. It's not the best Secret Mine build. Neither, in my opinion. I think they're better both skill builds and Secret Mine builds in particular. But what this build is a very, very good build when it comes to actual, damage output in every difficulty, in every size group. You can be solo and you can have great damage and you can clear content on heroic. You can be in a group of 4 on legendary and still bring a lot of damage to you, to your team. And also because we're using the BTSU gloves, which a lot of people are going to question, and I know that it's not a very popular, I don't know if it's a very popular or not, but I think that there are better alternatives to them, to be honest. But I decided to use them because fuck, I've been playing this game for 3 years now and I've never used them on a build. So I'm like, okay, let's drop them in here. It grants you overcharge every 2 minutes to you and your teammates, which can be very beneficial if you have a teammate which runs a skill build or a heal build or whatever. Overall, not the greatest damage, but it can be very fun to play with, while at the same time is very, very good to clearing out content. Now, let's get into the actual build though. So, of course, we have the capacitor as our main weapon. Everybody knows that the capacitor is a must-have in every skill build now. It increases both your skill damage, but also your weapon damage from the skill tiers. So, there's not a better alternative. Moving on, of course, we have the 4 hardwire pieces. 2 pieces gives us 50% skill haste, 3 pieces give us 15% skill damage and 30% repair skills. And then we have the feedback loop. Whenever you use or cancel a skill, your other skill's cooldown is automatically reduced by 30 seconds, while increasing total skill damage and repair by 10% for 20 seconds. Feedback loop can occur once every 20 seconds. Backpack. I'm going to talk about the feedback loop in a bit, but the backpack gives us a very nice talent, which pretty much decreases the feedback loop cooldown from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. Last, we have the chest piece. The chest piece talent increases feedback loop skill damage and repair bonus from 10% to 25%. So let's talk about the feedback loop a little bit. So we have 2 skills, right? We have the Secret Mines and the Hive. The Secret Mines have a cooldown of 28-30 seconds or something. So whenever they go on cooldown, we're gonna be using our Hive either by throwing it down or detonating it in order to proc the feedback loop, which then it's gonna reduce the cooldown of our Secret Mines by 30 seconds, which means that basically we're gonna get them back. Now, when you do that thing, when you use one of your skills to reduce the cooldown of the other one, you also proc the second effect of feedback loop, which pretty much is the increased skill damage and skill repair by 10% for 20 seconds. This whole process can occur once every 20 seconds if you're running the 4 pieces, right? But because in those 4 pieces of hardwire, we also include the backpack and the chest piece, those things, the numbers that I just talked about change a little bit. So first number that change because of our chest piece is that the skill damage and skill repairs increases not by 10%, but by 25% every time the feedback loop occurs. And the second number that changes is the cooldown of the actual feedback loop, of this actual process. How often can you cancel one of your skills or throw one of your skills in order to reduce the cooldown on the other one and in order to increase your overall skill damage? Without the backpack, that's used to be 20 seconds, but when you're using the backpack, because of its talent, that goes all the way down to 10 seconds. So as you can see, the gameplay in the background pretty much means that you will have Secret Mines and Hive non-stop. Moving on, of course, we have one China Light Industries Corporation piece for the 15% explosive damage. I have skill damage and status effect rolled in there simply because, our Hive causes bleed. And last but not least, we have the BTSU Data Gloves. Now, what do these gloves actually do? They grant 15% Hive skill haste per skill tier. We have 6 skill tiers. That means 6 times 15%, that's all the way up to 90% Hive skill haste. Moving on, detonating a hive refreshes your skill cooldowns and grants overcharge for 15 seconds. If at skill tier 6, this effect also applies to all allies. Allies receiving this effect are unable to benefit from it again for 120 seconds. So basically every 2 minutes we can detonate a hive, and by detonating a hive we refresh the cooldown on our Seeker Mines, but also we proc overcharge. Overcharge increases our skill damage, our skill haste, everything pretty much. And because we're already a skill tier 6, we're gonna grant overcharge for the entire group. So as you can see, it's a pretty group friendly build, I would say. I'm also using the Demolitionist Specialist, and that's simply because I feel that on Legendary difficulty, you want to have the perk of Demolitionist, which pretty much guarantees that one explosive attack on you will be ignored by you every 1 minute. So those explosive drones are not that huge of an issue when you're using Demolitionist. Second little buff that this specialist offers us for this build that, suits us very well is the 15% increased explosive damage, which applies for Seeker Mines. So yeah, that's it pretty much, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did and if you found it helpful, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.